What's up, sports to the bone family? What's up? What's up? A blessed morning to you all, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing okay. Alright, coming up in this one, my viewers and subscribers, we see where Virat Kohli, he finally got some runs under his belt in the IPL early this morning. And, he actually notched up a nice little half century, still ended up on the losing team. So we're going to talk about how that game went. We also see where West Indies former spinner Samuel Badri, he shared his opinion as it relates to Pollard stepping away from international cricket. He believes that Pollard timed it in such a way to present the incoming captain with enough time to really get experience and get themselves sorted out before the World Cup. So we'll talk about that interview that was done by Samuel Badri. But before we go any further, you don't know how it go already. If you have not yet subscribed, I'm asking you to please hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you leave a like and don't leave until I drop a comment, man, so we can hear what you are saying. All right. So let's get straight into the IPL game that was played this morning. So it was an early game actually, and we had RCB, and Mr. Virat Kohli. They were in action against the GTs. Yeah, man. So Virat still, as I said earlier, ended up on the losing team. His bowlers, well, he's the captain, but the RCB bowlers actually weren't able to hold it off in the end. So they ended up not defending the runs that they set. Now, our own Alzari Joseph was in action. He started for the GTs, had a couple of overs. It was a bit expensive. So we'll talk about Alzari a little bit later down. So RCB batted first and they got 170 for 6 of their 20 overs. 170 for 6 of their 20 overs. Virat Kohli, he led the way with 58 from 53. 58 from 53 deliveries. He had 6 fours and 1 6 in the mix there. So batting himself into some form, still not there as yet, because we know when Virat is in form, getting 58, they don't usually take him 53 deliveries. We're talking about maybe 23 or 33. But the fact that he isn't in much form, I guess he had to just basically stroke it around and get himself working and get himself back into groove, right? So he led the way, and when he got that half century, the entire stadium basically rose and were clapping, especially well, not only the people supporting RCB, but the Indians overall, because he's expected to play a big part in their T20 World Cup campaign. I understand, and they definitely want to see his form return. So everybody basically was standing and gave him a standing ovation, but he wasn't able to bat until the end. So he fell at 58. So very good that he was able to get some runs. Now he was strongly supported by Patidar, who got 52 of 33. The big show Glenn Maxwell, he chipped in with 32 with 33 from 18. So Maxwell chipped in with 33 from 18, while Captain Faf du Plessis, he once again failed to really impact the thing. He had a duck. He actually faced 4 deliveries for his duck. Now, West Indian bowler Alzari Joseph, he bowled his 4 overs. He had 1 for 42. Yeah, man, 1 for 42 is what he had. And, a bit on the expensive side. But at the end of the day, he still picked up a wicket. And we are hoping that he will definitely get the thing down. You understand? I see an article floating around with talking about sometimes that Alzari clocking in the IPL, but don't worry yourself, I'm going to talk about it in the next video. Let me just continue with this one, right? Now, as it relates to the bowling now, someone led with 2 for 19 from his 4 overs. So he was actually the one that led the way for them. Now, the Titans, they left it pretty late, but they were still able to get over the line. Now, Miller and Tiwatia, they remained not out to basically see the team across the line. They finished off on 39 and 43 respectively to make sure that everything was safe for them. Going into the last maybe 3 or 4 overs, RCB felt that they were still in the game. You understand? But when it went down to the last over, wanting 7 to win from 6 deliveries, the writing was basically on the wall for RCB. So, the Titans, they were able to get the total pretty easily and had around about 6 wickets in hand with about 3 deliveries. Hasaranga and Ahmed, they both took 2 wickets each to for RCB. So that is basically how it went. Virat Kohli coming back into, well, we can't say coming back into form because it's just one game that he would have gotten some runs, but getting some runs under his belt, but still ended up on the losing team. So that is how the early morning IPL game went this morning. So go and leave it right there for now, my viewers and subscribers. Hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of information. So we're going to talk about international commentator and former West Indies spinner, former number 1 T20 spinner, Samuel Badri. Now, Samuel Badri believes that Polley's successor will have enough time to really get their act together. Badri, he actually begins the interview that I saw by letting us know that he, personally he believes that Kieron Pollard had a lot to give, still to give where international cricket is concerned, still had a lot to offer. So it basically took him by surprise. Now, the T20 format, especially, Badri was thinking that, Pollard would have gone at least up until the next World Cup. But, it is what it is. Now, according to Badri, it was well timed to give the incoming white ball captain enough time to basically get everything strapped in, get enough experience, enough time working with the players before the World Cup, for the upcoming, before the World Cup. I think, well, Badri is quoted as saying, let me give you, and he says, it gives the incoming captain, whether it is Nicholas Pooran or whoever, enough time. He went on to say there is some speculations that Jason Holder is a contender, right? And as I would have indicated on a video before, if I was Jason Holder, I wouldn't touch that captaincy with a long stick. You understand? I wouldn't touch it with a long stick at all. But let us see. Now, Badri went on to say there are tours against Bangladesh, India, and New Zealand before the CPL. Then there are a few games against Australia, I think. So he's thinking that that will basically give the incoming player in the captain enough time. So he went on to say, and I quote, all of this gives the captain enough time to get the leadership experience and to get everything together. He went on to say, so if Pollard had to make that decision, I think that it was done in time. So he's happy that Pollard didn't wait further up, probably after the CPL or into some of these games that I just mentioned before announcing. He thinks that it was done with enough time. According to Badri, he has his fingers crossed that they will be able to qualify for the main tournament. That is the thing that they need to get out of the way first, get themselves qualified and get everything sorted out. Now, Badri believes that Pollard's announcement basically caught the entire Caribbean off guard, because one would have expected him to, if he was thinking about retirement, to maybe step away from the ODI format and basically continue to contribute where the T20 format is concerned. So that is what Mr. Badri is saying. Let me just give you his exact word. He's quoted as saying, I thought that maybe he would have stepped away from the ODI and focused on T20, both internationally and where franchise cricket is concerned. You understand? So he said that he thought he would have played the shorter format for at least a couple more years. So as Narayan said when he was interviewed, Pollard knows best when it comes on to his decisions and his career. So yeah, that is basically what Mr. Samuel Badri had to say where this is concerned. So we're going to leave this one right here for now, my viewers and subscribers. Hope you guys enjoy it. Just go and big up on yourself and enjoy the Saturday. I'm out. Big up.